It's a simple brown box with a black arrow. You see it every single day on every porch in America.
To most, it is just a delivery, but to the global economy, it is the signature of a revolution.
In less than 30 years, this single company fundamentally rewrote the rules of how we buy, sell, and live. This is not just the story of a website. This is the story of the absolute domination of commerce. But before the drones and the billions, there was a man, a garage, and a very risky bet on the future. In 1994, Jeff Bezos noticed a statistic that would change his life. The internet was growing at 2,000% a year. He quit his high-paying Wall Street job, packed his bags, and drove across the country toward Seattle. He decided that books were the perfect entry point. They were easy to ship and impossible to stock in full. Amazon.com launched in 1995. It didn't look like an empire. It looked like a hobbyist's clunky experiment. Within 30 days, they had sold books to all 50 states and 45 different countries without any advertising. The growth was explosive. But Bezos wasn't interested in just selling books. He wanted to sell everything. Wall Street analysts were skeptical. They called it Amazon.toast. They believed the company would burn through all its cash. But Bezos had a secret weapon. He didn't care about short-term profits. He cared about long-term scale. Every cent the company made was funneled back into infrastructure, warehouses, and technology. By the late 90s, Amazon expanded into music, movies, and toys. The everything store was beginning to take shape. Then came the dot-com crash of 2000. Hundreds of internet companies vanished overnight as investors panicked. Amazon's stock price plummeted from over $100 to just $6. People thought the dream was over. But while others collapsed, Amazon survived by leaning into its obsession with the customer experience. Bezos realized that people would always want lower prices, more selection, and faster delivery. In 2005, Amazon launched a service that many insiders thought would be the company's downfall, Amazon Prime. For $79 a year, customers got free 2-day shipping on everything. It was an insane logistical challenge. It changed the psychology of shopping. Suddenly, ordering a single tube of toothpaste online made sense. Prime turned customers into loyalists. If you pay for the membership, you want to get your money's worth. To keep the promise of speed, Amazon had to build the most sophisticated logistics network in human history. They didn't just use humans. They deployed a small army of orange Kiva robots to move shelves around. This efficiency allowed Amazon to undercut every brick-and-mortar retailer in the country on price and convenience. The Amazon effect began to hollow out American malls. Iconic brands that stood for decades began to crumble. Sears, Toys R Us, and Borders Books, they all fell victim to the efficiency of the Seattle giant. But Amazon wasn't just a store anymore. It had become a landlord for the entire internet. Amazon Web Services, or AWS, started as a way to manage their own internal traffic. Now, it powers the world. Netflix, Airbnb, and even the CIA run on Amazon servers. It is the company's real profit machine. While you were buying socks, Amazon was quietly building the backbone of the digital age. With unlimited cash from AWS, Amazon could afford to experiment with everything from groceries to space travel. In 2017, they shocked the world by acquiring Whole Foods for nearly $14 billion in cash. It was a clear signal. Amazon wanted to dominate the physical world as much as the digital one. Then came Alexa, a smart speaker in your kitchen that made ordering products as easy as speaking a sentence. Amazon was no longer just a site you visited. It was an invisible presence inside your home. But as the empire grew, so did the scrutiny. The human cost of this efficiency became harder to ignore. Reports emerged of grueling quotas, workers skipping breaks, and high-pressure environments inside the fulfillment centers. The one-click convenience for the customer meant a 1-second deadline for the picker on the floor. Small businesses also felt the squeeze. To survive, they had to sell on Amazon's platform, giving Amazon all their data. Critics argued that Amazon would watch what sold well, then create their own version under the Amazon Basics brand.
It was a ruthless cycle. Amazon owned the marketplace, the logistics, and often the products themselves.
By 2020, the pandemic accelerated everything. While the world shut down, Amazon became a literal lifeline.
Profits doubled. The company hired hundreds of thousands of new employees to keep up with the surge.
But with this power came massive legal battles. Antitrust regulators began to question if Amazon was too big to control.
They were accused of being a monopoly that used its dominance to crush any and all competition.
Bezos stepped down as CEO in 2021, leaving behind a company worth nearly $2 trillion.
He left a world where you can order a package at 10 p.m. and have it on your porch by 8 a.m.
But at what cost did this convenience come? That is the question America is still trying to answer. Local communities lost their tax bases as physical stores closed. The social fabric of shopping changed forever. Shopping used to be a social event. Now it is a solitary act of clicking a glass screen. Amazon's influence now extends into our very privacy. Their Ring doorbells monitor millions of American streets.
The data they collect on our habits, our voices, and our movements is more valuable than any product they sell. They know what you want before you even know you want it. Their algorithms are the new masters of desire. The logistics machine is now moving toward full automation. Delivery drones are no longer science fiction. In the future, the human hand may never touch your order until you pick it up from your porch. This is the ultimate evolution of the everything store, a frictionless, invisible machine for consumption. Amazon didn't just change the way we shop, it changed the way we perceive time and distance. We now expect the world to be at our fingertips, delivered in hours, not weeks. This Amazon standard has forced every other company on Earth to adapt or die. Even Walmart, the previous king of retail, has had to spend billions to chase the shadow of Seattle. The battle for the future of commerce is being fought in warehouses, data centers, and the sky above our homes. But behind all the technology, it still comes back to that one simple brown cardboard box. It is the most successful artifact of the 21st century, a symbol of convenience and controversy. As we look ahead, Amazon's reach will only grow deeper into healthcare, finance, and beyond. The garage in Bellevue is now a distant memory, but the ambition that built it remains unchanged. The world Bezos envisioned is the world we now live in. We are all citizens of the Amazon empire. Thanks for watching the story of the company that reshaped America. If you found this interesting, subscribe to StarBrief. For more stories on money, business, and the power that changes our world, stay tuned. We'll see you in the next one.